We grow up surrounded by the same cultural story, whether on television, in magazines, or in casual conversation. The idea that the essence of femininity and sexuality is tied to a curvaceous figure has been repeated so often that it feels unquestionable. It has shaped not only how society views women, but also how women learn to view themselves. Yet there is more to this story than what has been shown. Beyond the common narrative exists a quieter form of beauty and a different kind of intimacy. Women with smaller breasts often embody qualities that society tends to overlook. Qualities that reveal a strength and sensuality that go far deeper than appearance. This is not about comparison. It is not about suggesting one body is superior. It is about recognizing a perspective that has long been ignored. True intimacy is not confined to visual appeal. It is emotional, mental, and profoundly human. When it comes to presence, subtlety, and connection, women with smaller breasts often experience and express intimacy in ways that are more layered than most realize. One element rarely spoken about is sensitivity to touch. Media tends to focus on size and shape, but nature often values nuance. With less fatty tissue and a higher concentration of surface-level nerve endings, smaller breasts can respond more vividly to delicate, intentional contact. This means that in moments of closeness, even subtle gestures carry weight. Pleasure arises not from intensity but from awareness, not from speed but from sincerity. This creates a kind of intimacy where physical sensation and emotional connection blend seamlessly. Another often overlooked aspect is embodiment, the experience of feeling at home in one's body. Many women with smaller breasts report greater ease in movement and posture, with less physical tension day to day. That physical freedom can shape emotional openness. During intimacy, a body that feels light, comfortable, and unrestrained allows the mind to relax as well. Relaxation nurtures presence, and presence allows connection to flow without effort. This creates a space where intimacy feels authentic rather than performed. It is not about adhering to a script, but about allowing the natural rhythm of connection to emerge. When a woman feels fully comfortable in her body, she is free to engage with sincerity, to respond with depth, and to cultivate a closeness that is both grounding and exhilarating. If this challenges the story you grew up with, let it consider how much of what we believe about intimacy has been shaped by repetition rather than reflection. And as you do, stay curious, because sometimes the most profound beauty and connection are found in the places society has overlooked. What makes many of these women truly distinctive is something far deeper than appearance, because they were not constantly defined by their bodies growing up. They often did not learn to rely on physical validation for self-worth. Instead, their sense of value has been shaped by qualities that endure, such as character, intelligence, creativity, and the ability to form meaningful connections. This inner foundation naturally extends into intimacy. She is not there to perform, but to connect. Her confidence is not based on how she looks, but on how she feels in the moment. That kind of assurance creates space for intimacy that is rich, trusting, and soulful. It transforms touch into a language and connection into something unforgettable. Communication is where this difference often shines brightest. A woman who is not preoccupied with external judgment is more willing to express her needs with honesty. She is not trying to impress, she is trying to connect. This means she is more open about what feels good, what does not, and what she desires more of. When two people can speak with that level of candor, intimacy deepens in ways that physical technique alone could never achieve. Fulfillment and intimacy often rests less on performance and more on emotional safety. When a woman feels no judgment, when she senses presence and genuine attention, her body and mind begin to trust. In that trust, she allows herself to be seen fully, not only touched, but understood. That shift transforms intimacy from something ordinate into something rare and profound. For many women with smaller breasts, femininity is not reclaimed through appearance, but through energy, creativity, and emotional presence. Desire becomes less about spectacle and more about exploration. Intimacy is not about proving, it is about discovering together. When you connect with a woman who embodies this depth, you notice something remarkable. She is often grounded and steady. Because she has not lived in the spotlight, she has cultivated strength in stillness. And within that stillness, she has learned how to create intimacy that does not depend on appearances. Her beauty is revealed in how she listens, how she touches, and how she shows up with honesty and presence. Once you experience intimacy that flows from this place, it becomes unforgettable. It is not loud, yet it is powerful. It does not seek attention, yet it lingers. It is the kind of connection that endures long after the moment has passed. She may not command every eye in a crowded room, yet in a quiet space with just you, she has the power to transform the atmosphere completely. What makes her glow is not spectacle, but sincerity. Not fantasy, but authentic feeling. A woman with smaller breasts is often more present in her own body, more connected to her emotions, and more capable of cultivating intimacy that transcends appearances. She understands the value of stillness, of building desire slowly and intentionally, and of creating safety through honesty and presence. In a world that glorifies surfaces, this depth of intimacy is not only uncommon, it is transformative. If you have ever shared moments with a woman like this, or if you are someone who naturally looks past appearances, you already know the truth. Genuine connection, pleasure, and femininity are never measured by size. They are revealed in trust, in vulnerability, and in the subtle choices people make to truly understand one another. So if you still find yourself holding on to the old narrative that bigger means better, perhaps it is time to release it. Look deeper, because the woman who does not demand attention might be the very one who offers you the most profound and lasting connection of your life. Not because of what she possesses, but because of who she is. If this perspective speaks to you, take a moment to subscribe. Here we reflect on the deeper side of intimacy, the psychology of relationships, and the ways human connection can move beyond excitement into fulfillment. Stay with us, explore with us, and remember to care for yourself and for those who matter to you.